Battlers was treated good for the most part. Most of the battlers, it was a lot of upset on people getting paid and people like not getting their full amount of money. So a lot of people was backlashing on that. The Fresh Coast media definitely caught a lot of backlash on that aspect of not fully paying the artists.
Very stressed out, very abandoned in a sense, and you know, they probably have somewhat a couple of trust issues. I was blessed. Everything that was promised to me, I got. So I can't say that a lot of other people were more important than me, so whatever I got obviously wouldn't amount to what they were being offered or promised. But I can say that on my end, I won the tournament in Oakland, you know, and I got the top tier that I was promised if I won.
You know, we wanted to get our rhymes off at the end of the day. We know it's about this money, we know it's about this paper, but we wanted to get our rhymes off. We still competitive. At the end of the day, every battler showed up. They put their best foot forward, their rhymes, and it came out good as far as battle-wise.
I just figured they were impatient, you feel me? Because the way that the game goes, the entertainment business.
To this day, I haven't received a dime.
I was one of the rappers that didn't get paid on time at all. So I was, in the midst of me not getting paid, I wasn't getting answers, I wasn't getting no phone calls. It was like a whole blank gap from the time I was supposed to be paid to now, you know.
Big T was one of the more laid-back people, but he, of course, was kind of stressing out, not being communicated with enough.
Man, it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was so much going on with the business. I didn't know who was to get my money from. I didn't know who was telling who, you know. It was just very it was a very new experience for me. Usually everything is on time when I get it. Like with URL, KLTD, everything is on time. This one, you know, it was kind of shaky. I was thinking like, yo, since this is supposed to be film on that everything's supposed to be accounted for, I'm going off Lush word. Lush said everything was good, so I was going off him. But it was kind of shaky, man, you know, and it kind of left a bad taste with me and, you know, with the whole production.
The main thing the battlers were upset about was mainly their money coming through, their deposits, when they were going to get flown in, any kind of information to do with the event.
When I worked with them, they were always concerned about getting their money.
We had no financial backing. We had to depend on, you know, our own jobs, you know, scrape, do whatever we had to do to, you know, make it happen.
That money situation was hectic.
Man, the money situation. Everybody knows it was so much back and forth. It was a lot of it just seemed unorganized for the way things was running. You know what I'm saying? For me to be fully prepared and fully in a position that I am comfortable in, I got to know that everything's there. Everything wasn't there on time. And so I just think the business could have been better with Ether, you know? Some
relationships have been tarnished with some of the battlers.
You know, I actually heard about certain people, battlers not getting, you know, paid. You know, Serious Jones.
Serious Jones wouldn't even talk to me because he needed an outfit for the event.
Because we didn't get the financial backing, you know, some had to take some penitentiary chances, you know, to try to pay the people that weren't paid.
It did come down to a choice between paying rent or doing the event, and I did choose the event. But at the same time, I'm resourceful, I'm a hustler, and I hate to have to go back to the streets to do anything, but it's always an option for anyone, you know.
I feel it probably made their performances suffer quite a bit too.
I'm sure a lot of the rappers were frustrated during the production of Ether until they got paid.
Only some of the rappers were paid at the event. Some of them have been paid off by this point, and there's still some that need to be fully paid.
All the debts have not been paid off, but they are in the process of being paid off, and I'm in communication with every single artist. Predominantly, we crawled out of $100,000 debt, you know what I mean? And you know, now it's down to literally less than $10,000, so you know, it's over 90% paid off, and that's all out of pocket, and we made it happen because we're resilient and we have a lot to offer, and we made it make sense somehow.
Certain people didn't get all their money, certain battles didn't get properly recorded, and things didn't turn out right.
We never got the proper financing, the proper backing.
It didn't help matters, and it didn't help my credibility. If it wasn't for all the accolades that myself personally and our team as a whole had accumulated over the years, it might have been a wrap for us already.
Throughout that whole experience, I was talking to whoever reached out to me or whoever was struggling to get a hold of Lush, I would communicate with.
Certain people tried to take it to the streets.
You know, it was crazy.
I think Lush was honestly went a bit crazy for that entire month, and he wasn't himself.
The rappers who haven't been paid yet at this point, you know, we're actually finally, when all said and done, on pretty decent terms.
The money to fund the underbattle cards came from DJ Smokey.
The money for the undercard battles, as far as I'm concerned, came from, where did it come from?
To be honest with you, I took most of the money I was allocated for the event to pay for my life, to pay my rent and all that. Like, I was like, this event's more important than my life and my rent. I'm gonna do this first and foremost.
The money for the undercard battlers came from either Lush, Grant, and a couple of other investors.
If it wasn't for G Money, it wouldn't have happened. So it was really all in-house. Obviously, MK used her credit card without even any real knowledge of if she was gonna get reimbursed in the end. So the whole team came together. It was crazy.
If we would have received the funding that we were promised, I believe that the main core of Fresh Coast, we would still be together today.
Thesaurus felt very hurt and disappointed, and extremely disappointed in the accommodations, and he felt that Lush wasn't nurturing the people that he started off in this industry with.
Whenever I tried to book tickets for the rappers, it was really difficult because a lot of them said, yo, I don't have my money yet, I can't book anything, I can't give you dates, I need to get my money first, I need to get my money first.
MK booked the hotel.
So I basically booked all the hotels and flights for talent. A lot of it was last minute, so I had a group rate at a hotel downtown that my executive producer had suggested.
So I'm on my flight, it's quite a long flight. I decide to look at reviews from the hotel. I should never have looked.
MK's inept hotel booking was just out of control.
Unfortunately, when a lot of them checked in, they weren't too happy with the quality of the hotel.
It was in a gang neighborhood.
All the reviews were like, don't go, dangerous, you get robbed, don't walk outside, don't go out after 10 p.m. Don't go if you're a female. Don't go alone.
The hotel was janky as hell.
I was not aware of each of the battle rappers' preferences or requirements in their contract.
It was in a gang-infested neighborhood.
I'm like, oh my God, why are we here?
I was just told, hey, we're having some talent fly in this weekend, get these hotels taken care of. I had no idea what the prerequisite was or the bare minimum.
They ended up in this grimy hotel downtown LA, which Film On thought was more convenient for the venue, but it just ended up being a very janky, gang-affiliated hotel where they could possibly get stabbed in their sleep.
Who booked these hotels?
It's Grant's fault that there was no communication.
Honestly, I really thought the most unqualified person could handle booking proper hotels for this big battle rap event. And lo and behold, you know, we were mistaken.
It was not a very nice hotel. Laura and I ended up staying there, and we had made a joke that if we could stay there, that the rest of them could, but it wasn't the best hotel.
I don't know, whoever booked the hotel was either, you know, a lack of knowledge of location or it was on purpose. You know, just to see what some people are made out of. I have no idea.
Apparently an intern that didn't really know much about, I guess, the area booked us there.
And also because I'm not from LA, I didn't realize how bootleg that hotel was, so I apologize.
Basically, I wish that maybe even myself had been given more control over where the rappers had ended up.
You know, we thought we could delegate trivial responsibilities to certain staff members, and, you know, it bit us in the
So apparently I'm not allowed to book hotels anymore because I have poor taste, but it's not that. You have to understand I'm working with a budget, I'm doing the best I can. Unfortunately, I was told to pick something near the Belasco Theater, so it's convenient for the talent to get to their event. So I booked something downtown, and I probably didn't book the best part of downtown.
I feel that the battlers felt very disappointed.
Every time we got booked at a hotel in the past too, I've always been the one to stick it out. Meanwhile, I've had the battlers like, come on, let's all just like go somewhere else. I'm like, guys, who cares? Like, it's fine, you know? I guess I'm the low maintenance one of the group.
I think a lot of the battle rappers had no respect for Film On, unfortunately. I think they didn't want to associate with it.
Everybody did their best to pull off the event and take care of everybody, you know? We're all human beings. Sometimes things don't work out perfectly, unfortunately, but it wasn't our intentions.